We are back. You're watching the afternoon edition of Central Oregon Daily.
And we are so excited because joining us now is Marcia Morgan, the local author of a new book called Go, How to Get Going and Achieve Your Goals and Dreams, a book for women and girls. It sounds like a great book, Marcia. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for asking me.
All right, so let's just talk about the book. Let's talk about the title, because we were kind of talking in the commercial break of, it's kind of a broad, it's for girls of all ages, right? So it covers a lot of ground.
It does, and let me give you just a little bit of my background and how I got to that point. I'm a criminologist, and I've worked for over 40 years around the country. I live in Bend, but most of my clients are out of Washington, D.C., so they send me all over.
Okay.
So I started collecting stories from women over that 40 years from prison and high-risk situations about their goals and dreams. And what I found was what I call dream drain in that population. They didn't have dreams. I mean, they had faded away, evaporated. They kind of lived for the moment.
Totally.
Maybe came from environments that weren't terribly supportive of dreams, or they didn't feel they were worthy of dreams.
Right.
So I started sharing those stories with my friends in the community and some women, and they said, "Oh my gosh, I'm the same thing." I mean, I not necessarily in prison. Some were high-tech people, lawyers, whatever it was, but they had experienced due to life, that their dreams had gone away.
Yeah.
So I started doing workshops in prisons and then also outside of prisons on how they can get going and capture those dreams that are inside of them.
Totally.
All right, let's dissect this a little bit more. What does GO mean to you?
Sure. There's a lot of self-help books out there, empowerment kind of books. This is different. GO stands for goal objects. And what I did was I started looking at the research. I spent about 9 years writing the book. And the research shows that if you think about your goals every day, I mean, you're like 82% more likely to achieve them.
Right.
If you visualize your goals, such as like athletes, with Lindsey Vonn at the top of the ski hill, you see them closing their eyes and visualizing, going down the slopes and then actually getting a medal. So you're more likely to achieve that goal. And then the third is I looked at the business literature. And if you plan, I mean, dreams don't work unless you do, then, you put that together with the visualizing and a thing to really remind you, you're much more likely to achieve it. So goal objects are selected by the woman or girl to represent their dream, and they can keep them on their keychain, they can put them next to their computer, and it just keeps them on their path that they want to go.
Absolutely, and you kind of already spoke to this about how it's, it doesn't matter about your walk of life or where you came from necessarily to fall into this dream drain, but maybe just talk a little bit more about kind of the age range. How can like a 10-year-old stay out of the dream drain? Is that, it must be much different than a 40-year-old or 50-year-old woman.
Right. Actually, there's, I don't mean to talk about research so much, but I do a lot of research.
That's good.
Yeah, a lot of young girls, especially like ages 9 to 10, 11, that range, have a really exciting mental life around what they want to achieve. And the research shows somewhere around 12, 13, they hit a wall due to peer pressure, due to interest in boys, their self-esteem kind of starts going down. And so that's a really critical time to support girls to keep going for their dreams. Some of the workshop things that I do, and it's in the book as well, are starting to ask adult women about what did you think about when you were 9 or 10? Did you want to get in a hot air balloon and go across Africa? Did you want to be a veterinarian? Because lots of times that's still there in people.
And I'm glad that's kind of where I was headed with that, because I think when you're younger, you always talk about, I want to be an astronaut when I grow up, or I want to do this, or be a professional soccer player. That was always my thing.
Right.
And so, and it is easy to lose that along the way. So that's kind of what you're doing. You're trying to achieve those goals. Maybe not be a professional soccer player, but get to the best version of you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
And this is still January, so it's still important to think about goals. Although throughout the year is a good time. I brought just a couple little things.
Great.
Some people's Go displays are elaborate. Some are very simple. Like I said, some are a screensaver, or it could be a keychain thing. There's a lot of like Christmas ornaments that are appropriate for what you want. This might represent wanting to track your family tree in England, and you have this dangling by your computer. You see, or your nightstand every day,
right?
Or travel the world. You have a camel, or it can be absolutely whatever is meaningful to you.
Okay. Great. So if you guys are interested in this book, this Go book, where can people go buy this?
Well, the local bookstores have them, or they can order them for you, and of course on Amazon you can
Great.
get them that way as well.
Oh my gosh, Marcia, thank you so much for being
Sure,
here.
thanks for having
It was a
me.
pleasure to meet you. When we come back, this guy will have your full forecast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For more stories that matter to you, watch Central Oregon Daily on KOHD ABC, KBNZ CBS, and CentralOregonDaily.com.